Let's try it this way. Apparently it wants to go twice. This, yeah, we're gonna figure something out on this because I'm ready to choke it.
I'm glad I don't man the controls.
You call me out like that. Really? Yeah, I
No.
guess we're having a lot of trouble with all platforms right now. We can't stream on Things Network right now. I don't know what's going on.
That is so strange.
A lot of people are having that problem. Like there's one or two they can't stream to. Let me see. No, it did it. It did it. We're okay.
All right. Well, happy Friday, everyone.
Yay! It's about time.
Friday got here fast for me. I had appointments all week. I was busy all week. Dealing with Abby and her cast all week.
Yeah, yeah. With her little issue she had, I can't believe that the doctor did not. Um, I can't believe the doctor did not catch that the first time.
Well, I think she was so rough on it. You know, she buckle fractured it on Thursday, and I got her in on a Monday, and or was it Wednesday? I can't remember.
Monday. It was Monday.
Yeah, Monday when I got her casted. I'm happy that they put a cast on it, because let me tell you that little arm splint was not doing it. That little wrist brace, arm brace.
Mm-hmm.
She learned she could take it off. We had a bet on that, right?
She's rough. She's no typical little angel.
No. And then telling the world she wants a dirt bike.
And I'm sure she'll get one.
Yeah, when she's 20. And she pays her own health insurance.
Daddy might have other issues.
Oh, probably.
Let me see.
I have a noisemaker with me today. My favorite noisemaker. So if I'm a little distracted, I do apologize.
I'm trying to see where we actually went live because it shows it is. I'm just trying to find it. Share it. It's showing Things Network, but it's not showing it on the page. I don't know. Anyway, so our topic for today.
Being grateful for life.
There we go. Okay.
I was at a gathering this past couple of weekends, and I had Jackie and Stephanie come in, and I got to meet James, and we all went to a very special housewarming party where, there was a whole bunch of, doulas and women who had been through some stuff and energy workers. And I got my palm read for the first time. That was interesting. That was pretty spot on. But at the end of the night, we were sitting around and we were talking about how we're just grateful to be alive. It used to be that we didn't care whether we lived or we died, and we're grateful now that we're alive. What you want? You are so tired. It's your nap time. You want to go lay down? Okay. All right. I'm going to lay him down real quick, and I will be right back.
All right. We're going to see if we can figure out where this is actually going to before we get started, because I don't think it's going where it needs to go. I know it's not. It did last night. I don't understand it, but okay. We'll just do it from the page. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so EV Mux. No, not something we're going to use. So I guess we'll try Riverside and a bunch of others. This price hiking on StreamYard, not doing it.
Has driven everybody crazy.
And then it's not working, like it should. Even with the price hike. Makes a lot of sense.
I have
And
some conspiracy theories about that, but
yeah, well,
that's okay. It'll get out there one way or another, right?
yeah, we'll just have to reshare it. It's fine.
Has anybody commented?
No, I'm still trying to figure out where it's going here. When they do comment, I'll put it up. Last night I couldn't keep up with them. And then Nick's trying to read them. I'm like, wait a minute, we're not there. Stop.
Well, last night we got pretty deep into the BS that's going on at all these locations.
Yeah, apparently there's more, but I haven't tried to dig to figure it out because if I don't know about it, it didn't affect anybody I know. I'm staying out of it.
Yeah,
But
the energy that's coming off of some of these places is just intense. The owners acting out. I'll say the Conjuring House. That's a hot mess. That is a hot mess.
that's beyond unbelievable. And I don't know if you stuck around long enough to hear our crew is going there.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah, because you were gonna see if you knew anybody that direction. I want them to keep in contact with us while they're there.
I don't want them to blow all that money coming from overseas just to have it blow up in their faces.
Too late. They've already spent it.
Right? We might not be able to get the money back from the Conjuring House. Screw that. But, if things go awry there, at least have like some backup locations for them or,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm over it with this mess. There we go. I had to just repost on the Things Network from our page because it's not working.
it's so strange.
I'm so over it. I'm over it. Okay. I reposted on the Things Paranormal Universe. I don't know. Okay.
It
So,
is what it is.
yeah. So, tell us about what happened last weekend.
So we were sitting around a table and, one of the ladies says, I'm just grateful to have made it this far. She goes, I didn't think I was going to. And a couple of the other women agreed, and then we all sat down and really looked at our past. And I made the comment, we're talking about how just grateful we are. And I just went through some major health scares to where I didn't know if I was going to make it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I could think of, yeah, for over a year, the only thing I could think of was, God, I have too much to live for. It used to be I didn't have anything to live for. Now I have everything to live for. And how it changes as we get older, it's interesting. Our process and our thought, of life, we can't imagine ourselves, when we're 20, when we're old. Now, in my 40s, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with getting old.
Yeah, I'm not okay with it, but it's going to happen regardless.
And I embraced it. My responsibilities are changing. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I still get the diapers, I still I get the grandson and I get the fun and the baby and I get to enjoy it. But a lady made a comment that this was the first time in her life that she doesn't feel guilty not wanting a kid.
I don't know
And
why we need to feel guilty if we don't. I mean, seriously.
I think it's because when our time is still ticking, we still have that internal clock to where we want more kids, and it's not like we feel we have to, but I get where she's coming from.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt guilty for not wanting, another kid after, this kid or that kid. And I didn't feel like my life was complete. And then I had Abby and I was done and I was okay. I was okay not having another kid. We could shut down the baby factory. We could, take precautions so I don't have to go through this again. Um, and then that's when I realized that, my oldest kids were becoming adults and I was ready to be a grandma. I was ready for the next phase in life. I was pretty excited to step into that role. And with every grandchild, I'm just as excited as I was for the first. I don't know. You get a comfortability. I'm comfortable with the baby now. I don't question myself.
Now, if I hadn't been married to a man who kept having kids pop up while we were married, I probably wouldn't have ever shut it down and had Tim by now.
I wanted a big family and I wanted a ton of grandkids. That was my goal in life. Like my status in my life was like the number of grandkids I was going to have. Like you see those old couples that have like 20 grandchildren, 42 great grandchildren, and I'm like, yeah, that's who I want to be. I want that. I want my door to be like nonstop swinging open with a kid, no matter the age.
I can't keep up with birthdays.
That's all right because you're a grandma.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to.
I feel guilty because I'm not the grandma that I thought I was going to be in that way. Like I should have their birthdays memorized and I should have them written down on a calendar, and I'm getting there. It's just transferring the information the next year onto the next calendar is the habit that I have to get into.
Your phone
Um,
does that for you. The reminders in the calendar on the phone do that for you.
See, I'm so old fashioned. I am so old fashioned. I look at the calendar for everything. I don't trust my phone. I don't trust me putting it in the right day. Like all of a sudden I'm getting a reminder for an appointment 2 days ahead of time. And I'm going, why am I getting this appointment reminder 2 days ahead of time? I scheduled it for the day before. Yeah. And then the next day I think I have the appointment because my brain goes, hey, dummy, your alarm went off in your phone for this. And then, yeah, no, I stick with the calendar.
Nah, nah, that's okay. So what ended up happening to the person, or why was that person so thankful to be alive now?
The challenges she probably faced. I didn't ask the specifics. You know, um, we talked about her, just the road and how it was hard to get to where she was at. And I think we can all be there.
Quickly.
Yeah, I mean, our roads, our road to like heaven is paved through the pathway of hell. We go through hell and, we have a new path pop up and, it could be even more hell. It could be more of a struggle. But the lessons that she learned and say even, we all learn on the way, give us that knowledge and that empowerment to when this comes up again with one of our kids. We go, no, you can make it. I did too.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I wish I would have known. And whether that child takes the information or not is up to them.
They don't.
But
But
yeah, 9 times out of 10, they don't.
we
But
go
I'm
through,
sure when they go to look back to fix the mistake, that they think about that moment. Like, what did mom say?
maybe. But I think through phases of life, we go through, especially older, we go through the first stage of we're invincible. Nothing can
Hmm.
touch. We go through the next stage of, wow, I'm halfway to dead if I live the expected amount of time. And then you go through, oh my God, what if I die tomorrow? And you're trying to get your affairs in order, which is what we're dealing with mom and dad. It's and they're dealing with it great, which I guess they've had time to,
Prepare.
yeah, to have that sink in. Just kind of like if you're diagnosed with cancer and they give you 6 months to live, you go through the phases. And they're like, did you put your name on the bottom of that, object you wanted? Did you put your names on it? Well, no, I did not.
It's when they start making you take it that you have to
But
worry.
she's already done that. Anybody who's asked anything, she's like, well, do you want this? Do you want this? You've always liked this. Um, giving stuff away. And that's why she says, if you guys want something, you put your name on it. Like people are just going to start barging in here and start taking. Well, that's not how that's going to work. I can promise you that. Um, they may try, but this is not how this is going to work. Um, we know who belongs to who and who liked what. I've known this family since I was 12. I went to school with the others. So, we know the German Steins go to Zach. The ones that are not German go to Charlie. We know, different things. And the one that lived here before, he got what he wanted. So, no. um, a lot of things will stay.
Isn't it sad? Like when I had family members in the past die, the first thing that everybody was out for was they were handing their hand out. Like,
Yeah.
well, why do we have our hand out? That's not what I want my life to represent. So like I don't care about the finer things in life. I wish I could live by the Navajo tradition. When somebody dies, you burn everything of theirs. Everything.
Yeah.
And it's not because you don't love them, it's because you don't want to hold them here with anything.
Yeah.
And I can respect that. I don't know. I can understand like keep the simple knickknack, the simple sweater, things like that, the family heirlooms.
Yeah.
But wait until the body is cold, please. Wait until the grieving process is done. Don't do anything with emotion. Don't do anything because of this, because of X, Y, and Z. Why can't we just take a breather after the person dies and celebrate their life like it should be,
Yeah.
instead of making it a hand me contest?
It's called
Or,
greed.
yeah, I got more. I don't care what you get. Do
Yeah.
you know what I had? Do you know what I get to carry with me for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
This memory, this knowledge,
Yeah.
this moment in time.
And that knowledge is from the day we moved in, I was like, she would tell stories, and I'm like, write it down
Hmm.
while you remember it. Write it because she knows she's not remembering. While you remember it, write it down. And I've noticed, she didn't, and the stories are changing, and so now I don't know, but it's we get to see things. We get to. I wouldn't change it for the world. We get to see the last days. We get to hear the stories 1,000 times, and that's fine. Zach's like, no, that's. I'm like, yeah, I'll know him, whether you do or not. I'll know him.
That's history. I was blessed. I was blessed with and this goes back to what we were talking about. why I probably looked forward to getting older,
Yeah.
is I had the most amazing great grandmother and the most amazing grandmother. Now, they might not have been the best mother, they might not have been the best grandmother, but when they got to me, they had a lot more practice, and it was just me for a while, and I got that knowledge. I
Yeah.
got the ability. I got spoiled, not necessarily with physical things,
Hmm.
but with that love and with the memory and with the traditions and
And
I just want that for my kids and my grandkids. I want them to be spoiled with that love and that knowledge. And
I think Zach will. I think he has retained a lot more than he says. And when it comes down to telling the kids, he'll remember. He'll
Mhm.
remember what it was. Um, the kids, for the most part, have been here. Well, I didn't get to tell you. Um, we thought we're going to have all the kids here for Christmas. We're not. So Free is going to come back, but he's going to be here before the others get here because they're not going to be here for Christmas. It's going to be a little after New Year's, so we can go wedding dress shopping for Kayla, or fitting. All the girls are going, and it's in Wichita. So everybody's going to meet here, and then we'll go to Wichita and go our separate ways. But of course, Free is not on that schedule, so he'll be here for Christmas, and then the rest of them we'll do Christmas after New Year's. So,
It's so frustrating when everybody's spread all out.
well, I look at it like this: Jesus wasn't born on Christmas anyway.
Right. So
So,
let's just make the celebration a month long.
yeah, you know,
Just not in October,
no, no,
not in October, and not November. I'm okay with the Christmas tree going up like the day after Thanksgiving. I
mhm,
am okay with that.
yeah,
I'm okay if you have a big family gathering and you're not all going to be together for Christmas, that you have the Christmas tree decorations up for Thanksgiving. I'm okay with that. But like New Year's happens or like the day after like Christmas, that shit's gone.
hmm, yeah,
It's put away. We celebrate Christmas all month long, and now it's time to bring in the new year.
it is.
And then for me, it's Easter.
Well, speaking of one of mine, wonder how much. That's my beautiful oldest.
I can't even see the comments. I'm on my phone, so I'm so limited on what I can see.
Yeah, yeah. You can see it when I pull it up, though, right?
No.
Oh, it was Britt. She says, "Hi, mom."
Good morning, Brett. I'm
I
not mom, but I'll say good morning.
working, I bet. Oh, she loves this job, and I love that she has this job because when they get to come down, she's going to be baking, and both girls bake very, very well now. So, and she can cook. God, she can cook. So we're going to have that stove went out that we just bought.
Really?
We're going tomorrow. Get another one. Yeah.
That's
We got to looking at it, and it said something about the motherboard something because it's just not heating. Everything else works. The fan works, the lights work, everything is just not heating. So done. It was $19. I don't. It's okay.
right.
So we'll get it again. Britt says hi, Jan.
I get to make pumpkin bread today with Abby.
Good God Almighty.
We are, and that's like the other part about getting old. Like, I'm excited to sorry, the allergies here are so bad.
Oh, they are here too. It was 30 last night.
Oh, I wish it would get down and kill everything here.
Oh, nothing's dead.
Well, actually, no, because cotton's still blooming. And then, we need 2 hard freezes, really good freezes to get those pecans. But we still got red chili out there and we still got cotton out there. So,
Yeah.
but the cotton went into
Oh,
bloom
I'm so glad you
and I
remember.
was done.
Green chilies. Um, they're doing them now over there at the store. I kept waiting, kept waiting, kept waiting, and it's payday, and I'm gonna go get some.
Your fake chili?
No, they actually have hatch chili.
Oh, they have hatch chili? Okay, all right. You're in Colorado. Colorado doesn't know how to grow chili.
No, I don't know
The
the one.
Great Chili War. It's the Great Chili War. Like if you drive around, you see billboard signs that we tell Colorado that their chili sucks. You can't grow chili like you do here in Hatch. I'm sorry. You just, not in Mexico, not in South America, nowhere. Hatch green chili is the only green chili in the world that is like, it's its own brand. So, everybody can just, kiss my rear end. New Mexico green chili wins all the way around.
Does your nose hurt? Go. I'm not letting you out. Go. Go.
But no, I'm excited to teach Abby how to bake pumpkin bread.
That's something I have never done. Brittany posted some cinnamon rolls she made the other day, and I can't even do that because my cinnamon rolls turn into bricks that you can hurt somebody with. That hurt?
No, I can bake. I can't cook a steak, but I can bake. I can cook anything else in the world, but I cannot cook a steak. And I cannot grill. Please don't ask me to grill.
Oh, well, my last marriage, I did all the grilling.
Yeah, I know, and I'm very proud of you. I think it's an amazing skill, and I will brag that you do grilling, and I don't. See, that's what makes you daddy mom, and that's what makes me mommy mom, is that you man the grill, and I man the bitching and the nagging.
Yeah, we thankfully Zach does grill because it's getting cold. I'm not going out there in it. But I tell you what, that stove has to come back down here before everybody gets here. Hi, Jeremy.
Welcome home, Jeremy.
Because he's on his way home, and he has to.
He's already back.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, that's one thing that I can see is the messenger when it pops up. I see it scroll across the top, but that's the only thing I can see.
Yeah, he's been up all damn night. But yeah, these two girls, like, okay, Brittany and Kayla and me in a kitchen. When we lived in that little tiny house, I don't know how we kept from killing each other because there was no room whatsoever. Now we have two kitchens, and we're still going to argue over it, but so much more room.
I remember having to get ready for Thanksgiving, and it was all on me.
Oh,
It was all on me. I would start the night before. I'd start a couple of days before. I'd get all my pie crusts done. I'd already have my pie filling either canned or like prepping.
mm-hmm.
And then like I do the night before, I would do the green bean casserole and do the stuffing, and I'd have it all, made. And I would just have to heat it in my one single like oven.
Yep.
To feed like 40 people.
Yeah.
And, pull out the turkey and rotate oh yeah, I do not miss that. My next place, I'll have one of those nice, huge, big ovens. I don't care.
We
I hope
priced
Jesse's
those.
listening.
We priced those, of course, just at one place. But yeah, that's what will go upstairs when that one's done or whatever happens.
I
And
want
still
the
have one
double.
down here. Yes.
Yeah, I want the double oven. I want the
The
heating rack.
sides.
Yep.
Yeah, like you can do bread over here, you can do the meal
Mm-hmm.
over here, you can do pies over here, whatever it
Warm
is.
your pies, keep your pies warm, the drawers and everything. Yeah. And I'm like one of the very few people that understand how a warming drawer like works.
Yeah.
I probably am the only person in the world that like uses a warming drawer still. Everybody else uses it to keep their broiler pan in and all their shit in and lets it collect with food and everything. And I'm like, hey, I got a warming drawer. Let me stick the pies in there. What's that? Just
Yep. Yeah. This one actually never got it, but usually it's lids I put in there and pot lids and whatever else. But yeah, the it's gas upstairs, so that'll make it even better. I like gas stoves.
I love gas stoves. The way that the heat evenly. See, we're old ladies now.
Yeah. Oh, Mason sent me this thing the other day. It was hilarious. Something about my mom, um, something about mom being more gangster than the kids. And it was a video of a little lady that was rapping at a wedding. And she was talking about his thing. It was supposed to be a guy's song and talking about that. I said, how dare you think I'm anything but an angel and a grandma?
Right?
To the girls, and they're like, yep, that's you.
No, I was sent the song, oh God, I can't remember it. It was something in funny, like, but your mama, do you know how she got to your daddy? Let me tell you how your mama got your daddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and yeah, that one.
yeah,
I cracked up laughing.
yeah.
I still cracked up.
It wasn't her baking skills or something to that effect.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Very inappropriate, but very, very, very honest.
yeah, that's
Very
it.
honest.
Yeah,
Your mama wasn't always an angel. Yeah. Yep.
yeah. There used to be a country song, "Mama Before She Was Mama,"
Hmm.
and that was about as inappropriate as it got back then with that part of it. But now it's getting a little more real. You know,
Yep.
let's just put it out there because it's what it is. You're not going to hide
Well,
it. I mean, seriously, if your kids find out at 25, 30 years old, they thought you were an angel the whole time, and they go, that's not true. And people are showing evidence. They're like, I never knew my mom, apparently.
I have friends that, they found out that they truly didn't know that truly knew like who their parents were before that they were parents. And that like blew my mind because I know that my kids know my past.
Mhm.
I know that, not everything, but they know the basics and they know that I wasn't innocent and I wasn't innocent when I was, their mom when they were younger either. So they got the booty shaking mama in the kitchen, getting jiggy with it.
Yeah.
The Will Smith, they got all of that. They they knew. They got the mom that, drank and, a couple of beers and smoked cigarettes and went out and talked shit. So
Yeah.
I
And
wasn't I wasn't gonna change just because I had kids. Now I mellowed it down because I had kids. And now that I have grandkids, it's funny because I really don't drink. Um, but I will still do the Tootsie Roll. I can
yeah.
still do the Roger Rabbit. You know, everybody, this generation thought that they came up with twerking. No, baby. Have you seen a 90s rap video? Like, twerking was a thing before you guys were around. Have you seen disco? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't get down with disco. I don't even know how we're on this conversation, but I don't like disco. I'm not an ABBA girl. I'm not, no, no. Disco comes on, and that is the one genre of music I turn off immediately. I should not give this information out.
Nate, you listening?
No, no, he's in the back room. No, he can't stand it either.
Oh, but he would love to bug you with it.
I know he would. Don't, no, please, nobody tell Nate. Please. I will
Maybe
have to change Alexa's name to something else. And
maybe I'll
it's
have to
just
text him.
like I was never a Bee Gees. Just no. Mm-mm.
No.
I'll listen to big band and swing before I'll listen to disco. I will get down with big band and swing, but I will not get down with disco.
Depends on how many drinks I've had. I can get down with anything. It don't matter.
I can YMCA it. Don't get me wrong.
We used to
Okay.
do it on skates. We were talking about that the other day. I guess there's one in Longmont or something, but there's no skating rinks. Only the ice skating rink here, and my ass does not hold up on two little blades. It ain't working. Ask Nate. It ain't working. And
I,
Zach fell after his arm surgery on skates, and he's good on them. I'm like, mm-mm. If I fall, we ain't getting back up.
When I lived in Wisconsin, I had never been on ice before, and our barn in the loft came with a hockey rink, an ice skating rink. They had goalposts, and they had they had your referee, or not your referee, your timeout boxes. There was a concession stand. There was lights. There was everything. So I learned how to skate real
Yeah,
fast.
I
But
probably
I
could
can
one year.
rollerblade. I can rollerblade and I can roller skate. I can skateboard. I want a banana board too. I learned how to skateboard on a banana board before a regular skateboard. That's scary.
Yeah, oh,
That's
yeah.
terrifying.
That's the only thing I've ever tried it on.
Is it banana board?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not. I want the four wheels on both feet, and
Yeah, but do you want them side by side or in a straight line?
no, they better be side by side. Um, I tried those and I can't do them. But the reason I brought that up is the YMCA. We used to dance skate. My friends and I, we would dance skate when we were out there. We had the we had the Hotsy Totsy group of, one, her dad owned a motel there in town, the Hilton. He owned and ran it. Um, the other one was a cop's daughter, which, mind you, she was the worst one of us. But
Yeah.
you
Thank you
know,
back in my friend group. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, well, and now neither one of them are doing well. I'm like, okay, well, I must have done something right somewhere because that wrong because I'm not in that shape.
Hmm. Well, see, that goes back to what we were talking about. You found a reason to live.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's something I never struggled with, was a reason to live. That that was never in the plans. But as you get older, you think, oh my gosh, there's so much more time behind me than in front of me. So what am I going to do with it? I could
What
just exist, or I can do something.
I choose just to wake up every day and put a smile on my face and do the best that I can.
Yeah,
And just be grateful that I'm awake. Be grateful that I have this stink breath or a 6-year old, coming to breathe on me, and the 13-year old, complaining that he doesn't want to do his homework. I'm grateful for that. When I was younger, it was like, can I get this done? Can I get this over with? And now I'm like, oh, can I hold on a little bit longer?
yeah, yeah,
Because I know how fast it goes by, and I really want to enjoy it with them. And that's, I don't know, that's the perspective, from being such a young woman to feeling like you have to do everything,
hmm,
and feeling that you have to, accomplish, and you have to do this, and you have to lead that perfect life. You come to a point in your life where you're like, it is perfect. You
yeah,
should come to you should just be able to look around you and be like, I made it through. I made it through addiction. I made it through an abusive relationship. I made it through not knowing how to be a mom. I made it through this. I made it through that. Look at how much I've learned. Look at how much I've accomplished. And look at how much more I have to go. I have so much more I have to learn
oh yeah, every day.
every day. Yeah. And I have so much to look forward to. Hopefully, it's more grandkids. I look forward to taking that little one that I had earlier. He's my world, you know? I learned so much more from him too than I thought I could ever could learn. Like, I like I said, I know babies. I'm pretty comfortable with babies, but each one has their different personality, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be. And I want to see what who they're going to be, what they're going to become.
Yeah.
And being a grandma, it's more exciting.
Oh yeah.
Like, you feel like your kids pretty well, and I think I have mine pretty well pegged, by personality, the way that they were. And last week was or last 2 weeks, we talked about the struggles with that, with having older kids and having to maybe possibly just let go and let them be and do their own thing and hit your knees and pray. Because your job never stops that way with your kids. But I don't know. I'm learning so much more from the grandparent side with the patients, with knowing that it's not going to be like this forever. He's going to be one before I know it next
Okay.
month. And it breaks my heart. But I'm so proud at the same time.
Well, next month, yeah, because Paisley will be 1 on the 8th.
Yeah. So right after Thanksgiving, this one turns 1. And
I
it's
didn't
just
realize they were so close together. We were having so many problems with both of them. It seemed like such separate events.
right. It seemed like there was like a massive, like 4-month break between that. And then when I sit down and I think about it, I'm like, holy crud, there wasn't. Because by the time that he was being born, I was coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember sitting there praying for Paisley
Mm-hmm.
with everything and praying with the pregnancy. And I remember
Yeah.
certain things, and it's crazy how short my time in Utah was,
Yeah.
and how compact and how much crap actually happened while I was there.
I think there's times when we go through situations, especially like that, you kind of detach. And so time isn't even, you don't even realize time because your self-defense mechanism is to detach.
Hmm. Yeah, and very much so. That was my time in Utah.
Yeah.
Was I was so detached from everything. The only thing that I knew that I needed to do was to just stay alive.
Yeah.
Make it until this point last year. And I think that's what took my breath away with the conversation that we had is this time last year. I'm on my way back from Utah, just about, right? We'll say in like a month and a half. Or a month. Yeah, because we were back before Thanksgiving. But I remember how sick I was
Yeah.
that last month in Utah. I remember not being able to pee, and the bladder spasms, and not knowing what was going on, to dropping so much iron. Um, and the emergency room telling me that they can't really do any they can treat this, but that's it. That I need to go see my physician, and I can't get to my physician because my physician's in New Mexico. So
Yeah.
it was, I how did I do that? How did I survive? Like, I don't know, until January. I had to wait until January to get all the surgeries, and now look, 6 months later, I was still recovering, and now look at me in November. Um, and I don't care if the world knows. I had to go through pelvic floor therapy, and as a woman, that can take you down. Holy crap! I have never felt so
Hmm.
alive, like non-pain, and I have CRPS. I have this nerve disorder, and I'm walking around, and my back doesn't hurt, and I'm finally healthy. I'm finally like there, and I'm so grateful to be there, and I wake up every morning and it's better. I feel better than I did the day before, and it's been a long time, and it's well worth it. It really is.
Yeah, it's getting there. Oh, what'd you do? Yeah.
It's not a struggle. I don't have to remind myself, all right, Janice, you need to get out of bed. You have to do the laundry today. You have to get the dishes done. Bare minimum, you have to do those 2 things. It doesn't matter if you fold the laundry and put it away, just as long as it's clean and dry. Doesn't matter if the dishes are put away, but you got to do this, Janice. You have to get up. I don't know how I did all the mudding. I don't know how I did any of the house, like, fixing on
Autopilot.
top of all of that. Yeah, it was
Autopilot.
it was, it was just the it's autopilot. Like, if I knew I had to do it, and that if I didn't get up and move and do something, that I was going to die in that bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I often tell you, I don't know how I knew certain things while I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
I remember calling you going, how did I autopilot? Like, I feel like I was my grandmother at some point. Like, So as crazy as this sounds, did she step in at that point and go, okay, Janice, we're going to do this together, energetically wise? And my great grandmother, I looked at her like, okay, how did you do this when this happened to you? And I don't know, like,
It's funny how old people, and now we realize, they complain about, knees hurting, hips hurting, walking. And as young people, we're looking at them going, just move, just get up and move. That's all you have to do. Because we don't, if you're not feeling it yourself, you can't really put yourself there.
right.
So, and now it's like, oh my gosh, how did they do what they did?
Oh God, it amazes me. Like my great grandfather had, in his older age, he was hunched over. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, how did you do it? Or like my grandmother, I often think about my grandmother a lot because she lived alone.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find the motivation to get up every morning? Living by yourself for so long.
I don't, yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured that part out because I don't know that I would be that way.
I don't know if it was, the fact that there were certain people that called her at a certain time every day to talk to her that motivated her. And as a grandparent, I look at that now and I think maybe she knew that I was calling. Because Lord help me, if I didn't call, she would call me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And remind me that she was still alive and then hang up. And then I would have to call her back and pretend like the previous conversation didn't happen. Right. Um, I love that woman so much. But I remember now as a kid, I can see my great grandmother's face lighting up every time I ran through that door.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime us kids came through that door, she was excited and we would put on plays for her. At least I know I did. She'd go, okay, Janny, go just dress up and you're going to be so-and-so today. I'd act out a play or something. And it was part of my education, but it was the light in her eyes. And I can recognize that now as an adult.
Yeah.
And is that how they made it through those days? Because I can understand that. I can understand how now they lived. They didn't want to die. They wanted to see what the next chapter was going to be for somebody else. And that's that whole feeling guilty, right? We go through stages of grief in our life. When you look at our life and you take like the whole time period, you're right. We think that we're invincible. And then we realize, okay, well, now we're going to go into this phase and we're going to go into that phase. And when you look at it, it's just, I believe, the phases of grieving of life, period. To the point where you come to the acceptance of, okay, I'm okay to die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, and I'm in the denial process right now. I'm like, no, it's not okay. I would feel too guilty dying right now. I need to see this. I need to see that. And I have this motivation to live.
Mm-hmm.
I have this motivation to keep me going. Versus, I can understand where my grandmother was at the end of her life with her cancer and how much she had gone through.
Yeah.
And it was like, Grandma, it's okay if you want to let go.
Yeah.
I'll carry your love and your knowledge and your energy that you've given to me all these years,
Mm-hmm.
unselfishly, just given to me. And I'll take you through the next chapter. Just be there when I'm done with mine.
Yeah.
Just be there to guide me through.
Yeah. And well, that's, I think everybody's different in that aspect because look at all the people that when their husband dies, they're gone. No matter if they have kids, grandkids, great grandkids, whatever. Uh, a lot of times they hung on just to take care of the other one because they knew they couldn't
And
make it without him.
I can understand that. That's a love like no other.
Motivation. That's and just like you can think yourself sick or you can think yourself better,
Mhm.
you can help heal your own body with your state of mind. And I think that's the same type of thing where they keep going knowing that there's not another choice.
I don't have a choice but to get up and breathe and to do what I need to do. But I have a choice in how I'm going to get up and how I'm going to breathe and what I'm going to do. Um, Knowing those three things, if is like important in life.
Mhm.
It's very much a mindset. If I woke up every morning and went, oh God, I have CRPS and this day's gonna hurt and I'm gonna be sucking and I'm not gonna get anything done,
You won't.
I won't. But if I get up and I take a deep breath and I go, okay, today's gonna be the best day that I can make it. Let's go. The
Yeah.
coffee's already made because you love yourself enough to pre-make your coffee and to hit the brew later. You know that you've woken up to giving yourself, 45 minutes minimum of downtime before everybody else is up. And you get that me time and you get that downtime, which is it's like that time for me is priceless. Um I look forward to every weekend when Jesse gets to come home and we get to be parents and grandparents together.
Hmm.
And we get to be a couple together. And see, and maybe that's what's different also about this phase of my life is that I have Jesse. I have somebody that wants to be with me. I have somebody who wants to be a family man. I
Hmm.
have somebody who wants to be a grandparent. I have somebody who wants to still be a parent, even though the children are older and that we have two younger ones. I have somebody who I want to grow old with. And as much as I love him, and I hope he's listening, if he were to die, I'm still going to live. Why? Because we still have children. We
Right.
still have grandchildren. I still have purpose.
Hmm.
I'm not going to die when he dies. And I would hope to God he wouldn't do the same thing. I hope that he would still have that drive to be a dad and he'd still have that drive to be a grandparent for
Yeah.
as long as he can be, because that's how I know our love will carry on through the end, if that makes sense. Our family, our bond, our love, our caring, our knowledge, our traditions, you know, they have to be carried on by somebody. And when it's his time or my time to go, if the other one's not there and it has already gone on, I hope it's been a fulfillful life. Like I wouldn't want him to die with me, as I feel he doesn't want me to die with him either.
No, I'm sure.
I mean, I'd be heartbroken, absolutely. But the love that we have right now between us and the love that we've created,
Yeah.
not necessarily with our own children, between him and I, but with the children that we've had previously.
Hmm.
And now having grandchildren together, there is no blurred lines with that. One's grandma, one's grandpa, and that's awesome. That's the way it should be. And
Yeah.
we get to have that. We never had the baby face together, right? Well, now we get to have the baby face. But the best part of that about this baby face is, you know what? Here you go, mom. Here you go, dad.
Yeah.
I'll see him next week.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. When we had the grandkids so close, I got to watch them grow up. I didn't realize they're growing up so fast, even though they're right there. But, now it's very sporadic. So they grew up, when I wasn't there.
overnight.
Yeah. So that's a whole lot different. But, he adores the grandkids. He's he's wonderful. He's a wonderful dad. I mean, grown or not, he's always, oh, they need something? Okay. So what can we do?
That's the yeah.
So, we're not rich and can't be, sending money, but there's things we can do. And his boys, and hopefully, if our kids all know, if something happened to one of us, the other one's still there. They don't stop being a parent because one's gone. And, you know, my kids, I think would still communicate and, go to him if they need anything. I know his boys would.
See, and that's the beautiful thing is like I tell Jesse every day, thank you. Thank you for having the kids. Thank you for making them for me to love, even though they're not mine. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I look at our oldest, and he reminds me so much of his dad. Now that he's a dad, And I crack up laughing, but I always tell Jesse, thank you for making him. Thank you. I know it was with somebody else, but I love him. It doesn't matter who the other half is.
No.
Um, I love the fact that that's his son, and I can see his energy, and I can see his connection, and I can see our oldest for who he is, and I don't know. It's so different. That chosen love is so amazing, and I would hope that if something were to happen to his dad, God forbid, but yeah, if something were to happen, I hope that he would still feel comfortable picking up the phone and calling and asking for help. Um,
Oh, I know he would.
dropping the baby off. Right. I don't think Osiris would let him get away with it. But
No,
no.
no. But, family, after being adopted and everything I've been through, family is chosen.
Mhm.
It's not blood.
No. No, it's
It's
like
the way it is.
it's like with our kids.
Yeah.
I hope that the other one will come around and maybe he'll reach out to you and ask you something, and like your kids, if anything were to happen to you, I'd be right there for them, for the rest of their lives. Like, okay, let's do this.
Yep.
You're not going to go without a mother's love. It may not be your mother, but I still got that mother's love, and I love you so much. I tell everybody you're my partner, you're my other half.
Mm-hmm.
They think we're a couple, and that's okay. That's all right, because
Well,
we're a couple of nuts.
that's okay. I'm way past the. I like to hear what I'm doing in my life because
Right? Like, tell me what Adrienne and I did on our last trip, and I'll tell you if it happened or not. Because if you really want to know what happened, no,
I love the rumors.
so do I. Yes, we always have to share a room together because she's my grounding buddy. Without her, I don't work. I was asked to do investigations this past week, and I was like, no, I'm not going. Adrienne's not there. I'm not going. I cannot do an investigation without her and without giving her at least 48 hours notice of prep, because I'm going to need her. Like, it
Yeah,
just doesn't happen. I don't do this paranormal life without you. You are my paranormal wife, okay?
yeah, yeah, and we've kind of broke off from the rest of the craziness in the paranormal world, where we have our own little clique. And I mean, anybody that wants to come investigate, great. Glad to meet you. Let's go.
We
Uh,
have we have our own mystery, like behind scenes, that we're constantly working on. We have enough on our paranormal.
Jeremy goes, "What if I ask you?"
Oh, see, you know what? But that's the thing, is I can give Adrienne 48 hours notice, and let's go, Jeremy. Let's do this. But I mean, if you want it to just be you and me, I mean, is the beard coming? That beard comes, it can just be you and I. Well, it was for the Abbey, and during the first part of it.
Oh yeah.
I love you, Adrienne. You were off doing this and that. And I'm like, hey, Jeremy, I'm with you. I don't do this other hoopla like you. I got your back.
And Scott.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Scott, listen, I don't know where the hell Adrienne is, so you're going to be my buddy.
Oh, Jeremy says, "Nope, I'm showing up at your door. No notice. You and me. Let's go."
Okay, then I can't deny that. I love you, Adrienne. Okay, I take back what I say. I mean, if Jeremy were to show up at my door, I would go out with Jeremy somewhere. I might do a ghost history tour like I do with everybody. And we might catch some stuff on there. But yeah.
Yeah, he would definitely find places.
Listen, I got about 10 that I want to get into, but it takes some schmoozing to get into those places.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the one here with the We got to have at least three. One we can actually do a hunt, and two others where they can just be historical tours. But yeah, I'll have to get with you and see what we can come up with. You're familiar with the area, and so we can do
Well,
that. It's kind of going to be, like the motorcycle clubs do the poker run. It's going to be kind of like that at each place as well.
we also need to talk about what we're going to be doing here in a little while, and that's going up to the Rosebud Reservation.
Yeah,
And I don't know how many of you guys know, but we're looking for, food donations and asking around. I asked a couple of people, and it's, get the spam, get the rice, get the beans, get the flour,
right,
the
right.
lard.
That's all they're looking for, really.
Yeah. Um,
Non-perishables.
non-perishables. And let's not go through our cabinets and like say, okay, this is almost 2 days before expired. That's bull. Give me some. If we can at least have some respect and get them some good stuff. But
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get donations for that stuff, and then right before we head up, you and I are going to go to the store and get those items.
right, so if you guys want to donate money or anything like that, we can do a big, order and have it on standby for those things, so we know that it's available. And
Yeah, he's actually getting. He did, so I got to get it to you, the flyer on that, and then we'll get it out on the internet and get that done. I wanted to put a picture of the tribe. Um, we finally got the go ahead a couple of weeks ago from the council. So I wanted to make sure we were respectful and asked, the council, because that's part of the problem is it's being funneled from up high in their own community and not going where it should go. So, us little peons, um, they're suffering and they shouldn't have to.
no,
So some don't have electric. I mean, no electric, no running water. I can't imagine living like that, but they do. So if we can give them something,
right,
at least,
something to live off of.
yeah. I
Um,
don't know how they cook, but I'm going to find out.
by stove, by campfire, I'm sure by fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, in a couple of weeks, I would like to start talking about doulas. We have some interesting things going on here in the state of New Mexico, and I believe in doulas. This is something we've mentioned on previous shows. And a lot of people don't know what a doula is, but here they're trying to fight to get on the state insurance.
Hmm.
And I am a big supporter in this because doulas are the best advocates that you can have, whether it be a death doula, grief doula, birthing doula, any type of doula. They're there for you and they're there by your side and they advocate for you and that baby or your family or however it works. And they know what they're doing.
You just got Star says, Carmen said, hi, Janice. We love you. Jan.
Hi, Carmen. Hi, Star. I love you too, Carmen. Um, but I really no buts. We need to start utilizing doulas and bringing people into our life that is that positive go to that they're trained. Like here we have Las Cruces doulas and they do an amazing job. They work all throughout around the community and I'm proud to know one of them and I got to know like a whole bunch of them
Hi,
and
Jeremy. Get some rest.
night honey. So yeah, I would like to bring on some doulas if I can get a chance so we can talk about the laws that they want to change and so we can start supporting this and doing this nationwide.
We need to talk about what they actually do. Some people do not know.
Right. And that's where I'd like to get a doula on because I don't want to sit there. They walk through everything with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you need something, your doula is there, mentally, emotionally. And when things go wrong, your doula is going to be by your side. and when things go right.
Yeah.
So I want to get a couple of different doulas on. Death doulas obviously help somebody pass to the other side and take care of things. And it's like a hospice worker, but different. Um, Birthing doulas are there to help you and assist in any way. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
like having that extra support on your side, so you don't feel like you're alone.
Right.
Especially like if you're military or you're a single mom, or your partner's not there and they're away on business. Like, I mean, let's just say Jesse and I were going to have a baby. Well, I necessarily can't. I have him here every single appointment. I don't remember what's going on. I can't remember what I'm going to do the next day. It's nice to have that doula be like, okay, listen, this is what we talked about. All right, you're doing good. What are your goals? What is this? What do you need?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, we are past time, way past time.
Oh crap, we are 9 minutes. It took us 9 minutes to figure out how to share out.
I know, right?
Okay, remember, age with grace.
I'll work on that. Grace is not my strong point.
Grace is not my middle name.
No, no. All right. Well, so
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's not a holiday. Okay. I had to think about it. Oh, no, no, not 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks. I'll be in Kansas.
Oh, that's right. So are we going to take a month off?
What's the next 2 weeks?
Thanksgiving.
Does that fall on Thanksgiving?
2 weeks from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. So, yeah, I guess we are.
All right.
I
So
guess.
if you guys need anything, our page, and you guys know how to get a hold of us. If not, get a hold of Adrienne. No, I'm kidding.
That's fine.
I love you guys where you're at. I love you too, Adrienne.
I love you, and I will talk to you later. It's time
Yes.
for a Walmart trip.
Oh, me too. Except for mine's a pickup order.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm going to go look and see what I want.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go look and spend any more money.
That's an issue.
This is why we balance each other out.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, I will talk to you later. And everybody have a beautiful Friday and a great weekend.
Yep. Have a blessed day, you guys. Bye.
Bye.